All right, good morning, evening, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you guys out there. Second to last video we're going to do this year. What we're looking at today is permutations. A permutation is a way that you can arrange things. So in permutations, order matters. Good example is, a good example of when order matters is thinking about how people finish the race. I care about who finishes first, second, third, fourth, so on. If I didn't care about the order, I'd just be like, hey, these 10 people, you're in the race. Yay, we don't even have to run the race. You guys are just in it. Okay. Permutations are denoted as NPR or P to the NR. N is the number of people or the number of elements. Or I was going to say number of people in the race. R is the number of elements in the set. Okay, so in other words, if we had 10 people, how many different ways can they finish first, second, and third? That's what we're trying to answer. How many different ways can 10 people finish first, second, and third? Our permutations formula is pretty simple. It is just n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. This is where people get this messed up. It's n minus r, simplify that, and then it's factorial. I've had people take n minus r factorial. So let's just get going with this. So we've got 7 permutations, 5. So I want to know, in other words, how many different ways can we get, or how many different ways are there to have 5 people finish a race if 7 people started it? So all I'm going to do here, gotta select the pen, 7 factorial over 7 minus 5 factorial. So I'm going to grab my calculator. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 gives me 5,040. 7 minus 5 is 2 factorial. 2 factorial is just 2. So this is 2,520 different ways. 2,520 different ways. Now, on my calculator my calculator will help me out with this. What I would do is, and this is assuming you guys are using the TI-30X2S's that I have in school. If you don't have that one, you're out of luck, because I'd have to look at yours to see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply type in 7. Then I'm going to hit the PRB button. And then I got NPR. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to hit 5, hit enter. I get my answer. So we'll do another one here. 4 permutations of 2. So I have 4 factorial over 4 minus 2 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 24. 2 factorial again is just 2. Well, I'm trying to give you the answer right away, which is 12. And then the last one, I've just simply got 8 factorial over 8 minus 6 factorial. I did not realize that I gave you guys 2 factorial on the bottom of all these. You guys got pretty lucky. Now 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, 40,320 divided by 2 factorial, which is just 2. 20,160. I'm just going to double check my work. Hey, got it right. Now the next one. Next one gets a little bit tricky. So I got 7 people in my race, and I want to know how they can how we can finish the top 8. That runs into an issue because I don't have enough people to finish the top 8. So 7 permutation 8 is 0. Anytime you're trying to figure out more than the number of people you have, so the second number is bigger than the first number, so the 8 is bigger than the 7, it's going to be 0. Okay? It's like me telling you to, hey, tell me how many different ways you can put 12 classes into your 8-class period day. It can't happen. You can't have 12 when there's only 8 possible. We've got 2 word problems. 10 students have appeared in a test in which the top 3 will get a prize. How many possible ways are there to get the prize winners? Okay, so here I know I have 10 students total. Looking at permutations because I want to know how they finish. And then I'm looking for 3. This is 10 factorial over 10 minus 3 factorial. Well, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit different. I'm going to go like this. 10 factorial over 7 factorial. Now, if I think about this for a second, that's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all over 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Is there anything that can cancel? Well, heck yeah, there is. I know the 1s cancel, the 2s cancel, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. So I'm just left with 10 times 9 times 8. So I know that there are 720 different ways to finish in the top 3 when there's 10 people. So now, how many ways can a president, a treasurer, and a secretary be chosen from among 7 candidates? Again, we're looking at that same thing. So we're looking at 7 permutations 3. So I got 7 factorial over 7 minus 3 factorial. So I know that's 7 factorial over 4 factorial. I know that 4 down will cancel, so I'm left with 7 times 6 times 5. Because the 4 down will cancel with the bottom. So now when I do that, I get 210 different ways. All right, permutation's not too bad. You guys will have a Google form. I think there's 5 questions for each of them. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day.